Program by President Ronald Reagan. Maybe could you guide us quickly through the resettlement process of refugees who have come to the U.S.? There were a lot of talk and discussion in the media as of recently, so maybe could you do that for us, please?
Let me introduce this by giving a little of the background. 1979, Vietnam War had ended. American troops had come home. Our country was depressed. You remember how poorly our military soldiers were received as they came back home. We heard that there were remaining in Southeast Asia and Vietnam, Cambodia, and Laos many millions of people, and all of the governments had pulled out. President Carter decided we would, on behalf of the Americans, would establish a rescue organization. I was brought in as the acting director of that organization, and I had to do a number of things. We went to a conference in Geneva and agreed that we would resettle 168,000 refugees in our country the next year. I had to, and later, when I came back to Washington, I found that our capacity to do resettlement was very limited. So I called all of the domestic refugee resettlement organizations in our country to a conference in Coulfont, West Virginia. And we sat down there for 3 days and carved out everything the NGOs would have to do to resettle a refugee. That's the procedures for vetting, for documentation and processing. We worked with UNHCR to look at in the camp we worked according to their durable solution priorities. First, repatriation. Second, regional settlement. And when those were not possible, we went to third country. When we went to third country, we had to document and select those that went to each country. So that was done in collaboration with UNHCR and IOM. There are many processes for meeting up with refugees, helping them with housing, with medical, getting the kids in school, helping them to get jobs, to become sustainable as quickly as possible, but many, many procedures. There was one time in 1982, it got so complicated, so many interacting and revolving pieces, the Congress was about ready to stop the resettlement program. They felt that we weren't able to manage it. And I told them that I would establish something called the case manager. Now that's in the film when you see the whole thing. The case manager helped with all of these complicated procedures with each refugee. But we got, as I said, we've resettled a lot. The point I wanted to leave you with on this point is that all of these procedures were documented and worked on prior to departure, before anybody left the camp or as soon as they arrived. We knew who these people were. We knew as much as we could about their situation. We had NGOs who were prepared to receive them, and compared to some of the later procedures that are used for people coming into this country, we knew who they were. This was the safest migration possible.
Thank you.